Ramble Jam podcast.
This week on Yo Gavel Gavel, when you wreck your stepmom's beach house, somebody's got to clean up the mess. Nobody better than Judge Ross.
And what happens when you bring a kid to a llama party and you snap in its face? We'll find out in the personal injury court. Real people.
Real cases. Fake justice.
justice.
This is Yo Gavel Gavel.
Hey, everybody.
Boy, that gavel is rolling.
Dude, the gavel's rolling, and that's impressive because the gavel is really made to like.
It's not made to roll.
But this
This
one
gavel is the gavel train's left the station.
Oh, and now it's a train.
It's
Very
a train.
fun.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, welcome to Yo Gavel Gavel. It is your place to be if you're interested in court show TV shows.
You really sold it hard there.
I'm going to look at this camera right here.
Okay.
It's the place to
Camera
be
two.
if you like court. You don't want to go there yourself,
Yeah.
but you want to have it told.
If somehow you wish you could watch courtroom TV and drive your car at the same time,
Oh, yeah.
this is, and I would not recommend that.
No.
That is not safe.
Been there, done that.
This is safer than that.
Yes.
And also, if you just want something mindless while you do the dishes on a Friday, this is your podcast.
This is it.
Friday, gavel day.
Friday.
Friday.
Big plans for the weekend.
I got some.
You got
Yeah,
some?
doing a barbecue.
Barbecue?
40 people coming over.
Interest.
That's right.
So
You did not get the
So
invite.
I am going-
And look, it was a very tight 40. And
I'm going to look down the street, 3 houses down, and just see cars. There's a good
Yeah.
chance, I know our street, there's a good chance that there's going to be some cars parked in front of my house to get to
It's
your
actually
house.
it's a party bus. It's bringing everybody. But it was a
I'm
tight
at the
40,
party
and
bus.
you were 41.
Interesting.
Your kids will be there, though.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
My
Both
wife?
of them, yep, wife. They all made the cut. You were 41. I don't know what to tell you. Type 40.
Were they 37? Were they 38, 39, 40?
I'd have to check the list.
Okay.
One of your kids was way high up. The other kid,
Yeah.
come on.
One's younger than the other.
That's
Like
right.
you've had less time.
Yeah.
Babies are just
Should be fun, though.
babies are the worst.
Yeah, they are. They are the worst.
We can all agree, right? We're all
Yeah.
adults. Guys, welcome to Yo Gavel Gavel. Dan's not having a party, but we are.
We're having a gavel party.
And you're invited. Keep those reviews coming. We got a few gavel-related reviews using gavel in as many different ways as you can, and we gavelled it up.
Gavelled so hard.
So please continue to do that on the Apple Podcast. For those of you that is your first time listening to the show, welcome. Congratulations. Welcome into the chambers. Very quickly, it's a very simple show. I watched a courtroom show. I explained it to Dan. Dan has to guess what happens at the end, and then we do the whole thing again, but in reverse. In that,
We don't
it's
do it
not
in
reverse, but just
It's not in reverse.
swaps.
That's a lie. It's not in reverse.
If you ever courted a room, what do we?
So I start with the judgment. Like
you start with
all
the
right,
judgment.
What's the ruling, Bran? I don't know. Well, he's going to rule for $1,200.
What
Let
if
me
we
tell you
did?
why.
What if we started with the
Right.
judgment, and then I had to guess what the case was about?
Boy, that sounds like some serious.
That's
gavel.
a different gavel.
Yeah.
That's a different gavel for a different
Not
day.
this gavel.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Do you want to go? If you want me to go
Sure,
first?
yours is the big boy this time.
Well, I
So
don't know.
It is. So I'll be a little appetizer, and you can throw it in, get it going. That's weird.
That's what I do to
so
appetizers.
Let me introduce you to Lori Silverstein.
Lori Silverstein.
Doesn't work. No.
It's close.
Too
It's
many-
a little,
too many syllables.
little bit too, but it still works.
Lori is suing her stepdaughter
Woo!
for $4,987.
Getting frosty.
It's the big boy. And this is on America's Court with Judge Ross, a fave judge. Justice is more than just a foreign
It
concept.
sure is.
And he's going to bring it hard today. Now,
Suing the stepdaughter,
Lori
though.
Silverstein,
Woo!
the stepdaughter's name is Ann Schwartz. May the Schwartz be with you, Ann Schwartz.
Related
So,
to Ben?
I don't think so because that's her married name. Now, here's the deal. She says that she let Ann use her beach house for her bachelorette party, and they trashed it, and so she needs this money to recoup the cost. Ann says, no, she let us use it. She told us a cleaning crew was coming. It wasn't our job to clean it up. That is to start the case. So let's get into the nitty gritty. Lori gets to talk first as the plaintiff. She has been married to Ann is a grown-up, right? Ann is probably 22, 23. She's married.
It's her bachelorette party.
Her father and Lori married maybe a year ago.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
it.
Not a long relationship.
Not a long time.
Okay.
She thought this would be a good way. She really didn't know Ann that well. She met her a couple times. It was kind of a rocky relationship. Clearly, daughter wasn't ready for dad to get remarried. And so she thought it would be a good way to mend fences. She was getting married to go, hey, I have a beach house. I use it for rentals. I go down there maybe a week a year, but I use it for rentals. I rent it all year long. You and your girls can use it for the weekend for free. And I'll pay for a cleaning crew to clean it up. So all you have to do is just make sure the house is in working order. She owns the property, and the party started Friday night. It lasted till Sunday night. Now, Lori's testimony is this. She showed up at the beginning of the party. She greeted Ann and her 7 bridesmaids. So 8 girls were at this party. She had goodie bags for all the girls. She did a champagne toast, and then she was going to make her way out shortly. And she said during that time she was there was clear hostility from Ann that she was even present, even though it was her beach house. So she left. Now, we go over to Ann, and Ross asked Ann about this. All right,
Ross.
So Judge Ross says, Ann, tell me about you. Can I call you Mrs. Schwartz? Yeah, Miss Schwartz. Miss Schwartz, tell me about your relationship with your stepmother. And Ann says this right out of the gate. Well, I've only known Lori for 6 months. I met her after her and my dad were married. She's the reason that my parents got a divorce after 30 years of marriage.
Whoa.
Just straight up. Just jab, hook, combo. She just.
Wow.
And Lori comes in hard. Like, that's not true, Your Honor. She's very animated. And Ross goes, whoa. Hold on. I will get to you in a second. Let's hear what she has to say. So then Ann basically restates it, and she goes, so it's clear you're not a big fan of Lori. And she goes, no, my parents were, she started seeing my dad before my parents were officially divorced. They've been married for over 30 years, and they separated, and now he's married to her. And I didn't get to meet her until 6 months after they were married. Okay, so things are starting to get a little crazy.
She wasn't at the wedding?
No, she wasn't. So her take is that Lori insisted that she use her beach house for the bachelorette party. Just was begging her to do it, and then Ann's dad said, hey, this would be a really good thing for you to do, to kind of mend fences, to use the beach house. And then at this point, Ross, you know what he's going to do. He's going to make fun of her for not wanting to use a free beach house. So he does a full bit like, oh, how dare you, and have to use a free beach house. He does the full bit. And she has a witness with her named Lucy, who doesn't really give us anything. Comes up and was like, I just want to do whatever the bride wanted to do, and doesn't give us any more information. I don't know why Lucy was there.
Lucy,
thanks for coming.
drop-in.
Sit on down. So, basically, Lori says this. After the weekend was over, they left on Sunday night. The crew comes in on Monday morning to clean up. And what they found was that the place was destroyed. It wasn't just a cleanup. Here are the things that happened. The sliding glass door in the backyard was off of its hinges and on the ground. The banister along the staircase.
Sounds like party court.
It does look like party court. The banister along the staircase was ripped off the staircase. Are you with me?
Yes.
Banister ripped off the staircase. There were 2 holes in the wall in the master bathroom. The sink in the guest bathroom was ripped out of the wall and on the floor and cracked. The plasma TV was on the ground and cracked, and there were red wine stains throughout the house. Now, she was supposed to have renters coming in on Wednesday, and they were going to pay $1,000 to rent the place.
Sure.
She had to tell them no. The contractor told her it would be $2,300 some in damages, and then she had a receipt for the TV. That adds up to the $44,978. So it's at this point that Judge Ross says, Ms. Schwartz, you seem very put together, very responsible. You don't strike me as someone that would leave the property in this kind of condition. And she's nodding the whole time. What happened? So she says, when we left the house Sunday night, it was in good condition. It was.
Wow.
She says, we didn't clean up after ourselves. We put the dishes in the sink. We didn't wash the dishes, but we didn't clean up after ourselves. But she told me not to clean up because there was a crew coming in.
Right.
And the damages that she's talking about in the house, like she says this, that's vandalism. We would never do that. I don't think it's physically possible for me to do the things that she mentioned. And then Lori chimes in, but 8 of you? And Judge Ross was like, yeah, 8 of you could totally do the things that she said. So She claims that someone broke into the house. That's why the door was off the hinges and did all those damages, even though nothing was taken from the house. We got some tea, right?
This is good.
So
This is good right here. Some gavels leave a little to be desired. This one, no.
No. There's a lot here. And I'm going to let you.
That's it.
Yeah, I know that you think I'm crazy, but Judge Ross basically says, there's something that's not quite right. There's nothing that's adding up here. I do have some thoughts. That's what he says. I have some thoughts about doing what's equitable. Something doesn't add up here. Something's not quite right. This doesn't make sense. And then he's about to give his ruling.
Did we get any more information about her new stepmom? Was she a mistress?
So
Did you get any more information
Lori
about that?
basically claims that the two were separated, not divorced, and she started seeing him then. Whereas Ann claims that she was the
Well, in Ann's mind, it doesn't matter. Like,
home wrecker. Yeah,
she's still
yeah,
hoping her parents get together.
30 years married.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So anytime that happens,
Yeah.
even if you are separated, that's the person
Yes,
responsible.
yes.
Yeah, so there's definitely some hostility there for sure.
No
and
doubt
so I could see, you said what, 25? 25?
4,000.
Now, how old is she? 20?
She's in her early 20s.
Early 20s.
Yes.
Yeah. She's getting married. She's kind of starting her own life. Why not just middle finger, I'm out, deuces, stepmom, here you go. Why not do that? I wouldn't do it, but like there's a little part of me that's like, good for you. Like there's a little part of me that's like happy for her.
Mm-hmm.
If she did do it.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
saying that she didn't
She's saying
do it.
she didn't do it.
This is a straight up, he said, she said. In any scenario like this, when it's a rental house, if somebody is there and they leave, when I show up, if my house is messed up, it's that person that did it. Even if there's nothing taken, then it's so hard to prove that it was a robbery. Was there a renter's agreement, or was it just
No,
good, it was
she
good
just said
faith?
you can use
do it?
the house for the weekend, and I'll take care of the cleaning crew.
I think it's just going to come down to who Judge Ross believes, and that's tough.
That's tough.
For me, I think
Fixing the stuff was $2,300. The plasma TV was like $1,400, and the $1,000 she lost to rent it to the next person. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give her $1,000.
Plaintiff gets $1,000.
Plaintiff gets $1,000. Lost the person coming next, because even if it's just like if it's like a mess and it's hard to prove who it is, that led to her losing out on the people coming, and so because of that, I'll give her $1,000. But she can't prove that she's responsible for all of the other damages, and so because of that, it's just $1,000 for her.
So Judge Ross says there's something not quite right. He says there's pictures of all this.
Was that bad?
Say what?
Was it bad?
I didn't get to see the pictures.
Oh, he got it.
There's clearly an intent to be destructive. He says nothing in this house is taken. For me to believe that someone ripped the back door off the hinges, came in and destroyed this house and didn't take anything, it doesn't add up to me. And then he looks at the daughter and he becomes Therapist Ross.
I love therapists.
I don't know, Ms. Schwartz, what's going on here. I don't. There's clearly some deep-seated anger you have towards this woman.
Yeah.
It's clear. It's evident to me. It's evident at this court. And I'm not saying that you're wrong to have those feelings, but I have to do what's equitable, what's fair, and what's just. You had the house for the weekend. For her to take this to court, for her to do that, she knows it's going to strain the relationship more.
An already strained relationship.
She knows that this bridge is burned. She would not do that if she didn't think wholeheartedly that you committed these crimes. It doesn't add up any other way. I think you've got some deep-seated issues towards your mother-in-law, maybe rightfully so. You decided to take that out on her house, and because of that, she gets every penny.
Wow.
Judge Ross gives all $4,987 to the plaintiff in the case. Gaveled hard.
As is often the case, I don't disagree with Judge Ross. I just think it's hard. It's a little bit harder.
It's hard.
Like,
yeah.
At
You could tell it was a struggle for him.
At some point, you do need proof, right?
The
and
problem
so
is
the proof is, hey, I gave you the house. when I showed up after you were in it, it's messed up.
But he's got to determine the possibility that it was anything else.
Yeah, of course.
In less than 12 hours, I mean, she left at
She
9
should have
o'clock
stolen
Sunday
something.
night.
She should have stolen something.
They came first thing in the morning.
Should have stolen something.
Nothing was stolen. Yeah, you know that she did it.
Yes.
You just don't want her to have to pay for it because you think she was righteous to do it.
No, it's not even that I think she was righteous to do it. I'm trying to think of the law.
Yeah.
And it's.
I think you could prove it in a court.
I think you could. I think you could. I just need a little bit more time, a little more flavor on it.
Ross did it right.
Yeah, Ross did it right. Ross did it right. Okay. All right. Hey, I got a doozy for you. We're gonna take a quick break.
Break.
And then we'll be right back. You ready?
I'm so ready.
Welcome back, everybody, to Yo Gavel Gavel. It's a good show today. It's a good day to be here. It's a good day to dive into the gavel.
Good day to show today. Good day to show today.
Are you excited about this one? We're going to
Super
personal
excited.
injury court with my good friend Judge Gino.
The legal sauce.
One of my favorites. One because the amounts are very high, but also the tea is always hot.
Hot.
And I really
Scalding.
love.
I need to do a personal injury court.
It's fun. You'll like Judge Gino. You'll like Judge Gino a
Gino.
lot. So here's the situation. We have Miss Clinton who is suing the Florence family for a total of $100,000. Here's how that breaks down: $10,000 of medical, $7.5 for lost wages, and $82.5 thousand. $82,000, Dan, for pain and suffering. All right, you ready to go?
Sure.
Yeah. Mary Clinton is the plaintiff here. She has a son who goes to school with the son of the Florence family. And so Mary gets a invitation for this birthday party at the Florence's house. And so she's like not super sure about it. She doesn't really it seems like she's maybe not a huge fan of this family.
Yeah.
We'll get to that a little bit later. But it's a petting zoo theme. There's a llama on the invitation.
Classic.
Her son is like, I want to go. Can I go? Can I go?
Gotta see
Can
the
I go?
llamas.
And finally, wears mom down. We'll go to the party. So Mark Florence, the husband of the
Do your kids watch the llama?
he reads Llama Llama.
Yeah.
He's watched an episode of Llama Llama, didn't dig it.
Yeah.
But that was a
kids
while.
my kids love the llama. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. Llama Llama, red pajama. Calls down to his mama llama.
His llama mama.
That's right. Llama. I'm so sorry. So Mark Florence is the husband here of the defendant. And he explains that they own a llama farm. Okay?
I'm with you.
Lots of llamas, and his son wanted to have a party to kind of show off his llamas to all of his friends at school.
You know, classic.
If you got a lot of llamas, you got to show off the llamas.
I wish.
So
That's why I wasn't popular in school. It's because I didn't have enough llamas.
yeah,
I only had like 4.
No, I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
Something's going on here, and I'm sorry. So it's just going to be on me. Mary says, Mary. So they show up, and the llamas were just out willy-nilly, okay?
Hate them when the llamas are out willy-nilly.
They're out willy-nilly, no pins around them, no leashes on the llamas' necks. They're just kind of out willy-nilly, and she was surprised by that. But she was like, you know what? I'm sure they have everything under control. I'm sure everything's fine. And so she didn't think too much of it. So she says that they told the families to get closer to the llamas so that the kids could take pictures. So everybody was kind of staying away from the llamas. They're like, you can get a little bit closer to the llamas if you want to take pictures with the llamas. They gave some instructions and blah, blah, blah. So they got closer. And Judge Gino gets into legal sauce here and says, how close did you get? And she says, we were about 2 feet away. And Mark chimes up and says, more like 2 inches.
Oh, got him, Mark.
Got him, Mark. Mary says that they started taking the pictures and says that she noticed the llama getting fidgety. Kind of moving back, kind of getting fidgety. She seems to think that the llama is a little bit irritable here, okay? And so she then goes to grab her son and move him out of the way.
Yeah.
And when she turns back, she gets spat at from the llama, and then the llama kind of takes a step forward. She begins to run away from the llama. She slips. She falls. Herniated disc situation.
Oh, my goodness.
Results. Okay? Do you see it in your mind?
I see it in my mind.
So
this is some llama drama.
This is some llama, and I'm sick of your llama drama. So Mary says that all of this is because the family let the llamas out willy-nilly. They said, get close to the llamas, take pictures. And Mark pipes up and says, no, the llama should be suing you.
The llama should be suing you.
Yes. The llama.
If there was a show called Llama Court, I would watch it.
Oh, yeah. So the llama, her name is Mabel.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Mabel the llama.
Mabel llama.
So Mabel, he says that they made very clear instructions about how to act around the llamas. So you can get close to the llamas, but like don't make loud noises. Don't use flash photography. Don't like jump at them, startle them, because if they're startled, that's when they spit, and that's when things get a little hairy. But if you're just chill, you're taking pictures, you're not getting too close, not making loud noises, they're totally cool. And that's where they say she didn't follow any of the instructions. They say that Mary got too closer than they wanted. They said that Mary, when she was trying to get the llama for the picture, was snapping in the llama's face, trying to get the llama's attention.
Oh, no.
And so because of that, the llama got startled. And when you if you startle a llama, it's your fault.
Yes.
It's not the llama's an animal.
That's right.
So, good news, Dan. They brought Mabel.
They brought the llama to court?
They brought the llama to court.
Yes.
So Mabel comes in. Mabel is a dope-looking llama.
Really?
Like, kind of looks a little bit like a giraffe, like a baby little giraffe.
I love it.
Super cute.
I love it.
And so the Florence's cousin, Mark's cousin, he's a llama wrangler, I guess. And so
Classic llama wrangler.
So he brings down the llama, and Mary is freaking out. She's like, what? It's here? What? She's so stuck.
Well, she's suing for emotional damages. She's got to act like that.
She's got to act. She was acting like that. That's
yeah,
for
she
sure.
was.
And so Judge Gino then begins to ask some questions about the llama. How do you know if a llama's agitated? And it was and the answer was he begins showing some of the signs that Mary was explaining. Starts to fidget a little bit. The ears go back. You can tell a llama is giving you signs to tell you when they're agitated.
Animals do that.
Yes. So it's not like he's not just going to attack you. He's going to let you know first that he's upset. Judge Gino then decides, hey, can I come pet the llama?
Judge Gino's going to come pet
Judge Gino's going to come pet the llama.
Classic Gino.
And the llama's fine. He comes down. He pets the llama on the neck. He says this line, and I don't know what he meant by it. He's petting the llama's neck, and he says, it reminds me of someone I met once.
He said that?
He said
and
that.
Nothing else.
And nothing else. He's petting the llama's neck, and he says, oh, this reminds me of someone I met once.
Somebody out there's
What
watching.
does that mean?
Llama Gary's out there watching.
What is that?
Gino's talking about me on the show.
Llama Gary. That's classic Llama Gary. So anyways.
My neck has hair like a llama. I can't help it. I'm sorry.
He's stroking the
Why's
llama's
Gino
neck.
got to bring it up on personal injury court? I ought to injure him, that llama hating Gino.
I had one thing and one thing. Hey, I got it. He's stroking the llama's neck, having a good time.
Stroking the llama.
You know what?
What would Judge Mathis say about stroking the llama?
You don't want to know, man. You don't want to know. One thing leads to another. Mary's over there and is like, be careful, Judge Gino. Be careful.
Oh, my gosh.
Just like making a whole thing. She's like breathing really hard. She's just exasperated. It's a whole thing. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you got
Thank you. And so the judge goes back, and Mary then says, listen, I need to explain. I did not snap my fingers at the llama. I didn't do that. I was trying to get the llama's attention, but what I was doing was making clicking noises with my mouth. Because I heard Mark and Betty's the wife, I heard them doing that to get the llama's attention, and so that's what I was doing. And they're like, no, you were snapping your fingers in the face of Mabel. And so Betty Florence then chimes up. And it's good here. It's good here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
She then says, she hasn't talked much, but she says, listen, I'm sorry that she got hurt. But truth be told, like, this is her fault. And Mary is kind of known. She has a reputation of being an aggressive mom. She got kicked off the PTA.
What?
And Mark chimes in and says, I think she showed up drunk.
What? He
just chimes in.
Dude, Mark seems like a guy just living to chime in.
I love Mark, man.
More like 2 inches.
Mark was not having it.
He's his own hype crew.
And yes. And Mary's like, listen, no. Betty, I've known Betty for a while. Betty's always had a vendetta against me. She's the one who worked and was in cahoots with the other members of the PTA to get me kicked out.
But she did get kicked off.
She did get kicked off. And Judge Gino's like, that's like getting kicked out of kindergarten. Like, how you get kicked out of the PTA? It's the PTA. And so Judge Gino does put a pause to the T. Like, as interesting as that is, it is not a part of the case. He says he's ready.
Your PTA case.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's ready to rule.
Oh.
What do you got, Dano?
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Whenever injury court happens, personal injury court happens, there always is some sort of divvying of the money. It is my opinion that Mary should not get a dime. Mary, did you know that your baby boy was kicked in the face?
No,
spat in the face.
The kid never got spat. She got spat.
That your baby boy watch you get spat in the face.
There you go. Wants to see the llama.
I think that llama karma's a real B. And you shouldn't get a dime. Having said that, I think Gino's going to give her the medical and not the emotional distress. So whatever that is, 17, whatever.
All right.
That's what he's going to get. Final
All right,
answer.
it's time for Gino time. Gino says, listen, whenever there's somebody suing somebody in personal injury court, you need to be able to prove that the other person is 100% at fault. In order for that to happen, in this case, I do not see 100% fault on the case on behalf of the defendants. I do see partial responsibility from both of you.
Of course.
And here's how that partial responsibility gets broken up. Mary, it is your responsibility to be able to not, like, to listen to the instructions that are given to you, and to not be acting a fool around animals. Don't snap.
Do it.
Don't do it. Florence's, you are inviting people onto your property to be around animals that are more than just dogs and cats. You need to have, like, when you brought the llama into the courtroom, you had him on a leash. You got to do something.
Yeah.
You got to do something. And so he says he thinks that the Florence family's 51% at fault.
Wow.
And so he gives her
$51,000.
$51,000.
Gino, I disagree, buddy.
Judge
And
Gino.
we've been doing this about the same amount of time, but I disagree. Disagree, Judge
Gino, my man. Legal sauce.
Too much sauce.
There's a little bit too much sauce. Yeah, it's true. That's true.
That was a tough one.
That's a tough one, but I love it. I love
it.
It's
a great case.
The llama came, and when he said you got Mabel here, I was like, they got the llama?
All in. But, I mean, what better way to start your Friday than with a llama case?
Oh,
come on.
Forget about it. A few weeks ago, we had a kid and a dryer. That's not happy. Llamas all day long. Hey, guys, but listen, we pick a case and we stick with it.
We pick a case, we stick with it. That's the rule.
There's nothing we can do about it. Hey, everybody, thank you for listening. Keep coming back. Keep sending this to your friends, your family, your neighbors, your loved ones, your hated ones.
So you said friends, family, neighbors, and loved ones. A lot of people out there cheating on their family. Like, what's going on there?
Friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
Family.
So
neighbors
who you have no real feelings towards.
Loved ones. Who is in that loved ones group that aren't in the first three?
I can tell you right now, celebrities. So I am not friends with
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
With Mark Paul Gosselaar.
But you love him.
I love him. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
So you want people that
I want you to tweet at your favorite celebrity who you love and say, listen to the gavel.
Listen to the gavel. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You asked. Friends, family, neighbors, loved ones, hated ones. Also your enemies.
There's a new group. That group makes sense.
Neighbors. Loved ones make sense. You can't say I'm not right.
You know what else makes sense?
What's that?
The gavel.
Hey, guys, until next time.
Gavel it up.
Gavel up those horses.
Yo Gavel Gavel's a Bramble Jam podcast recorded live in Greenville, South Carolina at the Bramble Jam Podcast Network Studios. It's produced by Brandon Gray. For more information, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com/gavel.